Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was born in the city of Mecca in the year 570 CE. His full name was Muhammad ibn Abdullah. He was born into the respected Hashim clan, part of the powerful Quraysh tribe, but his early life was full of loss and struggle. His father, Abdullah, died before Muhammad was born. His mother, Amina, raised him for a few years, but she also died when he was just 6 years old. After his mother's death, he was cared for by his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, who passed away 2 years later. Then his uncle Abu Talib became his guardian. As a child, Muhammad was known for his honesty, kindness, and calm nature. People respected him and gave him the nickname Al-Amin, which means the trustworthy. In his youth, he worked as a shepherd and later became a merchant. He traveled with trade caravans and was known for being fair in his business dealings. At the age of 25, Muhammad was hired by a wealthy businesswoman named Khadijah to manage her trade. She was impressed by his honesty and character. Soon after, Khadijah proposed marriage, and Muhammad accepted. They had a loving and supportive marriage, and together they had several children, including Fatima. Muhammad often went to the Cave of Hira near Mecca to meditate and reflect. He was deeply concerned about the corruption, injustice, and idol worship in his society. When he was 40 years old during one of these retreats, the angel Gabriel, appeared to him with a message from Allah, God. This was the start of revelation. The first words revealed to him were, "Read, in the name of your Lord who created." This marked the beginning of Islam. At first, Muhammad was frightened and unsure, but Khadijah comforted him. She became the first believer in his message. Soon, his close family and friends began to accept Islam, including Ali ibn Abi Talib, Abu Bakr, and Zayd ibn Haritha. Prophet Muhammad began to preach monotheism, the belief in one God, and called people to be honest, kind, and just. But many leaders in Mecca rejected his message. They wanted to keep their idols and traditions. They feared losing power. The prophet and his followers faced persecution, insults, and even physical attacks. Yet they remained patient and firm in their belief. After years of growing hardship, the prophet was invited to the city of Yathrib, later known as Medina. In 622 CE, he migrated there with his followers. This journey is known as the Hijrah. In Medina, the prophet built the first mosque and formed a strong community. He made agreements with local tribes to live in peace. He became not only a religious leader, but also a political leader, a judge, and a guide. He led with fairness and mercy. The Muslims in Medina had to defend themselves in several battles, such as Badr, Uhud, and the Battle of the Trench. Despite being outnumbered, they showed great faith and unity. Over time, Islam spread across Arabia. Many tribes began accepting the message of Islam, and the Muslim community grew stronger. In 630 CE, Prophet Muhammad and a large group of Muslims returned to Mecca peacefully. There was no fighting. He forgave his enemies and removed the idols from the Kaaba. This act of forgiveness shocked many and led thousands to accept Islam. The prophet showed that true strength comes from mercy. One of the most important speeches the prophet gave was his farewell sermon. In it, he reminded people to treat each other with respect and to follow the Quran. He said, "No Arab is better than a non-Arab, and no non-Arab is better than an Arab except by their good actions." In 632 CE, after completing the final pilgrimage to Mecca, the prophet became ill. He was about 63 years old at the time. He spent his last days in the home of his wife, Aisha, and even during his illness, he continued to care for others and pray. On June 8, 632 CE, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, passed away in Medina. His death was a moment of great sadness for the Muslim community, but his message lived on. Today, over 1 billion people follow his teachings. He changed the world through patience, faith, and mercy, not by force. If you found this story helpful and inspiring for your English learning, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more amazing stories about famous people in history. And leave a comment.